The comparison between the military powers of the United States and China has always drawn global attention. These two nations not only compete fiercely in economic and technological fields, but also in their military capabilities. Today, we'll compare the military strengths of China and the United States through data and images. Let's start with some basic facts. The United States covers 9,525,067 square kilometers, while China spans 9,596,961 square kilometers. Although their land areas are similar, their populations differ significantly. The U.S. has about 331 million people, while China has 1.41 billion. This larger population gives China a much larger military force. In terms of military budget, the U.S. leads with $858 billion, while China spends $230 billion. Despite the gap, China still ranks as the second-largest military spender globally. This is reflected in their military equipment and infrastructure. The U.S. has 1.42 million active military personnel, while China has 2.05 million. Regarding nuclear weapons, the U.S. possesses around 5,550 strategic warheads, compared to China's 350. These differences highlight the variations in their military deterrence capabilities. In naval power, the U.S. has 11 aircraft carriers, while China has 3. The U.S. has 92 destroyers, and China has 41. The two countries are closer in submarine numbers, with the U.S. having 68 and China 59. For combat tanks, the U.S. has 6,612, while China has 6,300. In air power, the U.S. has 1,957 fighter aircraft, while China has 1,600. The number of transport aircraft also shows the difference in deployment capability, with the U.S. having 749 and China 450. The U.S. has 144 military satellites, while China has 68. In terms of nuclear submarines, the U.S. has 18 and China has 12. The U.S. also leads significantly in unmanned aerial vehicles, drones, and helicopters, with over 10,000 drones and 5,463 helicopters, compared to China's 4,000 drones and 1,200 helicopters. The U.S. maintains over 800 overseas military bases, while China's presence abroad is more limited. The U.S. spends 3.4% of its GDP on defense, compared to China's 1.7%, indicating a greater emphasis on military investment by the U.S. Overall, the U.S. holds the advantage in global military power, particularly in nuclear weapons, aircraft carriers, and global deployment capability. However, China is gradually closing this gap through ongoing military modernization. The future comparison between the U.S. and Chinese military power will continue to be a focus of global attention.